What's happening, YouTube? Dylan here, coming to let you guys know to never settle, never get complacent, don't get too comfortable, man. Take it from me. I learned the hard way plenty of times when I got comfortable with my business, with women, with comedy. I've gotten to places where I got comfortable, and every time I do it, I regret it each time. Because when you get comfortable, man, you get lazy. You get complacent, you know. Man, it's like, for example, with my business, I remember last year was my first full year doing my business. And my first year actually going full time, where I quit my job. And before I quit my job, I was getting real comfortable with the money I was making on the side, right? Because my business was like a side business on top of my little part-time job. And, I was making about $300, $350 a week at my part-time job. And on my side business, I was making probably the same amount, if not more. And so I was cool with that. I was happy. I was super happy with the money coming in. And, I was doing everything that I needed to do to get me the money coming in on the side. But it was like, as soon as I quit my job, it was like I had more free time, way more free time. And as soon as I quit my job, I was like, yeah, I got hella more free time. Let me use that time to kick my feet up, relax, smoke a couple blunts, get some video games going. I'm free. This is like my fantasy. I'm like a kid fresh out of high school with my own apartment. I'm like, you know what I'm saying? But it didn't take long for a couple months after that for me to realize that the money was slowly dwindling down because I got complacent. I got real comfortable, man. And so that same drive and work ethic when I first started the business was no longer there. And, my business really hurt because of that. I was suffering greatly. And, now I'm finally getting some momentum back to where I learned a lot from last year. And I learned that I got to stay hungry at all times. It's okay to treat myself here and there. But for me personally right now, what I'm going through, I'm taking 3 months of straight up grind and humbleness, living low, below my means. And I know because if I do that, it's going to get me tenfold where I want to be. It's going to get me where I want to be a lot faster. I want to have a lot more money in the bank to be able to take that money and reinvest it back into the business to make more money and have me even more in a better situation. You know what I'm saying? So I hope you guys learn to, because I've lived a few different lives, it feels like, man, because I grew up a military brat and it was a pretty easy life. It was nice and secure, gated community, so to speak, a military. If you guys lived in the military, you got to bring an ID to get on base. It's super secure, super safe. And I grew up in a good situation, man. But I feel as though my friends who grew up in a tougher environment, like the hood per se, and this is not across the board for everybody, but certain people, when they had those tough environments, I feel like they grew up out of there with a different hunger and a different drive about themselves. Some people, unfortunately, they didn't take that drive and put it to good use, so they got complacent in different areas. But I feel like that same drive and hunger that my friends that grew up in rough environments, they tend to have a different perspective of life where they usually are never complacent. And they usually hunger for something bigger and better for themselves. And that's some of the most beautiful life progressions that I've seen in my lifetime. We always see rappers starting from the bottom, from the gutter, and they make it to where they're making millions, and they got hella women, they got cars, clothes, the whole thing, the whole lifestyle. And it's such a beautiful story to me. It's like this underdog story that we always love. And it all comes from this hunger of having nothing and turning it into everything that you want. And so I'm personally taking that same hunger, and I'm gonna always stay hungry. You know, I'm always gonna stay hungry. I know the benefits of it are gonna get me where I want to be, if not further than where I originally wanted to be. So every day, man, stay hungry. You know, like a fucking lion, man. Stay hungry like animals. Animals are out here hungry every day. They're searching for food. They got to kill something. You know, that's a little extreme, but you get the gist of it. You got to be a wolf out here, man. Never get fucking comfortable. That's the worst shit you can do, is get comfortable. You know, ask these spoiled rich kids out here getting super comfortable. They grow up, you know, they don't have that same hunger and drive that the kid from the gutter has. That's an advantage. Deep down, we don't realize that that's such an advantage, man. You know what I'm saying? If you grew up in a rough just environment, starting from the bottom, like for real, take that as an advantage and use that shit. Use that fuel, man, to get you where you want to be, because you're hungry. And those motherfuckers at the top, if they didn't come from that, they getting real complacent. If they were handed that shit from mommy and daddy, they're real complacent. They don't know the real world like you do. So take that hunger and go get your meal, man. But that's it, man. Leave a like, comment down below what you guys think. Let me know what you want me to talk about next. Stay hungry, subscribe if you haven't. I'm gonna holler at y'all next time.